We don't always see what God is doing right away. Sometimes the answer to our prayer is delayed, or turns out to be different than we thought it would be. In the waiting and in the changing, let God show you what He is doing. He might see something that you don't. Psalm 40 verses 1 and 2 say, I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the pit of destruction, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. Oftentimes, when we call out to God, when we are pressing in prayer, He will delay in answering. Not because He hates us, not because He's mad at us, and not because He wants us to suffer, but because He sees what we don't. Now, there are times when He will answer right away, but oftentimes there's something that He wants us to see, to learn, or to grow in the midst of what we are praying for. Maybe He wants you to see what He is up to in your life or in your situation. Maybe He wants you to grow in your character. Maybe He wants you to take another step so that you will be able to steward and handle the thing that you are praying for. Or maybe He is preparing the way behind the scenes, making a way where there is no way. There are many reasons why God may delay in the answer you are looking for. But just because He has you waiting does not mean He doesn't hear you. It doesn't mean that He is ignoring you. He loves you and He cares about you. And there is something that He sees that you don't. He has the full picture when we don't. In my life, I've prayed for things, and I didn't get what I was asking for right away. Or there's been times when the answer to my prayer came to me in a different way than I thought it would. And that's because He saw something that I didn't, or He had something better in store for me. There hasn't been a time in my life when an answer to prayer came to me differently than I thought that I looked back at and was disappointed about. And that's because God had something better in mind. And a quick thing that I want to highlight is that if your prayer is related to a difficult situation or a trying time or thing in your life, know that God doesn't cause these evil things to happen to us in the world. But if we let Him, He will bring good out of that evil. He will bring light out of the darkness that tried to hurt us. Whatever you are crying out for in prayer, don't stop. Continue to press in prayer, but also keep your eyes open and keep your heart open to anything that Jesus might be trying to show you or tell you in the midst of what you're in. Jesus is our rock, and He is our firm foundation. When we stand on Him, we will never be shaken. Things may come up in our life, but when we lean on Him and when we trust in Him, we can receive His peace that is beyond all understanding, and we can know that He has the final say. Nothing catches Him by surprise, and He's always going to be there with us. Nothing is too hard or too small for Him, and the thing that you are facing right now might become the door to your next blessing once He is done with it. Psalm 40 verse 3 says, He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. When we live a life of leaning on God, depending on Jesus, and walking with Him in the adventure that He has for us in life, our story will no longer be one of defeat or purposelessness. It will no longer be a story of sorrows and sadness. Our new story, our new song, will be a song of peace, of joy, of purpose and fulfillment. It will be a song of praise to God, because we walk in newness of life with Him, because we have seen who He is and who He makes us to be, because our identity is no longer found in this world or what it holds, but is now found in Him, because we no longer look through the lens or standard of this world, but now see through the eyes of heaven, because we no longer walk in the constraints or the bondage of this world, but we walk in the freedom of Jesus Christ. When we press into God, when we surrender our trust to Him on a new level or with a new area of our lives, we will see that He is good and that He is faithful, and we won't ever want to go back. We won't want to return to the thing that we once found comfort in, to the thing that we once would hide in or distract ourselves with, because we have found the true source of life. That doesn't mean that we won't be tempted to go back. Temptations come and go in life, But we know in our souls and in our very being that nothing can ever satisfy like God does. Nothing can compare to the real thing. We see those other things that we used to put in the place of God in our lives for what they truly are, a cheap fraud. And it's because we have discovered the living water. We have discovered what we were made for, to live in a relationship with Jesus and to walk with Him. And when people see what God has done in our lives, when we use the powerful tool that He has given us, testimony, they will be drawn in. They'll want to see what you've seen. They will want to walk in what you've walked in. They will want to meet who you have met, the true and living God, the one who we were made for. And they will come to know Jesus through you and through your life. And God wants to walk with you in this journey too. He wants to work with you and through you to show this world who He is, to show them the love that He's shown you, to set the captives free and to help them walk in freedom, and to walk into the purpose that they were made for.